Hey guys, this is Steve. I just want to do a quick review on the GTI SE 130 2018 model. Before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to Lake Norman Powersports for letting me come out here, make a video, do a little review on it. Their link to their website, phone number, and address will be down in the description below, along with my blog down there below too if you want to learn more about jet skis in general, beginner stuff, and how to drive, and that whole shebang. First off is 130 horsepower. You're looking at about 50 to 55 miles an hour. 4 strokes, so you don't have to change. You only change the oil once a year. First service 50 hours. You have 30 gallons of total storage. Front storage is up here. A little handle right here. Gas feels nice, high and dry, close to you, so it's easy to get to. It's all dry storage. You have a seal all the way around here. You might have a splash guard in the front to keep the water from splashing too much. Fire extinguisher goes there. Big open compartment. I always tell people, if you can, get like life jackets or something and put in here so you can see real world compared to the other manufacturers. The one thing I've noticed with other manufacturers, their storage is kind of shallow. Like it stops like right here. When you put life jackets in, you can actually see for yourself, real world, how much you could fit in there. And this Sea Doo has a lot of storage. You have a place right there if you want to get a safety kit, snap it in there. This is a separator to get to the battery. Nice and easy to get to, along with the fuse boxes back there too. Super easy to get to. And the lid just closes like that. Very, very easy. And of course you got the mirror, so you are legal for towing. A place right here for docking, putting your tow line right there, dock line through there. You have the new palm grips, which cradles your palm, so you don't get that jarring in the wrist. Very, very comfortable. Right hand is your forward trigger. Left hand is your brake and reverse. Yes, you do have brakes. It starts in neutral, so as soon as you put the key on, which goes right there, the engine just sits there. There's your start button over there. You just sit there. Right hand go forward, left hand is reverse, and also your brakes. I have a video on YouTube if you want to check it out, how to drive a Sea Doo. It's pretty simple, very straightforward process. You also have 3 different modes. It's pretty standard. You have sport mode, which is full power, nothing holds you back. Eco for best gas mileage. And you default, it's not shown here, but you default to touring mode, which is a, say if you hit it in touring mode, it's a nice slow takeoff to top speed. Of course, sport mode is full power, nothing holds you back. Eco is a nice slow takeoff, very easy going, about 45 miles an hour top speed. So it's very, very sluggish, but very slow. Gives you best gas mileage. And you have a glove box here, nice and deep too. Take all that out so you can get an idea. Also look at the glove box. It's all dry too, because you got the seal all the way around here. And this one, it's digitally encrypted key, so only your key will start your watercraft. So no one can just hop on and take off with it. That's pretty big. You have your fast key, which is your normal key, and you have your slow key, which is the green one. The slow key can actually be programmed from 32 miles an hour up to 50 miles an hour. So if you have kids or buddies that have been in the watercraft before, you can start them off at a slower, easier speed and let them work their way up. And of course, when you have the green key or your slow key in, it's only going to be in touring mode. There's no sport mode, so it's a nice, easy, very friendly, very forgiving mode. And you can go through all your different modes here. Since this is the SE model, one of the extra things you get with it is variable trim system, so you can adjust it's like a trim tab. You can actually adjust the nose of the craft up and down. So if it's a little choppy out there and all that, you can adjust it through these gauge settings there. And then the SE will also have a reboarding step compared to the non-SE GTIs. This for getting back on the watercraft. Super, super worth it, worth every penny. And you also will have, this is pretty standard all across all the GTIs, a little tow hook back here, anchoring right there. And it's a digital gauge. So you got speed, RPM, hour meter, gas gauge. If it gets low on gas, it'll beep at you, let you know. Splash guard in the front. Black bottom. Other side. And it's got the nice soft mats for your feet. Other manufacturers use like a little line textured mats, which are not so great on your bare feet if you like to ride barefoot, because you're out there smacking it on. It's kind of, if you got sensitive feet, you'll notice it. That's one thing I've noticed. And of course you have 3-person, one there, one back here. And if you have a little grab handle back here for them to hold on to. Grab handle right here for the passengers to hold on to too. And the engine compartment's all back here. One big seat. Close-up cooling system. That's the antifreeze right there. It uses antifreeze to cool the engine. Exact same process that your car uses. It has a radiator, just pretty much like your car. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing new. Same amount of stuff you would do with your car as you do with the Sea Doo. 3 cylinders, 4-stroke. The yellow tab right there is your dipstick. That's where your oil filter goes. Pretty simple, very easy to deal with. Now the engine itself doesn't take any lake water in. You can see this is actually the radiator, the ride plate. The engine itself doesn't take any lake water, but the exhaust takes in water to muffle and cool it. So the exhaust still need to be flushed out, but the engine, you don't have to worry about salt water corroding it because it doesn't take any in. Pretty simple. Of course, the key will go there and also clip onto your life jacket. So if you fall off the watercraft, the engine shuts off. The brake goes in neutral, works like a little brake, so it slows you down so you don't have to go too far after the watercraft after you fall off. And that's if you fall off. It's a very stable watercraft. I can stand on the side of it. I can't flip it. I can't roll it. I'm about 240 pounds, so I'm not the smallest person in the world. So it's pretty stable. Pretty stable. 130 horsepower. You can get the GTIs in a 90 horsepower. So you are looking around 48-ish miles an hour. Same body style as this one. But it won't have the nicer color scheme. Won't have the variable trim system, and it won't have the little extra bells and whistles. And most importantly, reboarding step. If anything, you can actually add the reboarding step. And if you want my opinion, add it. It's always worth it. Even if you're very nimble. Because when you're in the water, you're waterlogged, so it's kind of hard to get back in things. And in that little bit of step makes a world difference. And especially these palm grips too. They don't have like the floorboards. They don't have the lines. It's nice and flush, very comfortable. You don't really know pay attention to these things, especially when you're going to dealerships, because you're just only about 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. And when you're actually on there and you're jumping around, bouncing around, you start noticing the comfort little things like that. So these make a world of difference. I'll give you guys a wide angle shot of it. And of course you got hooks back here if you want to tie it to the trailer like so. There's your nozzle. This is actually your brake right here. This is what drops down. Think of like a little flap. It drops down, creates drag. That's what slows you down. And this is actually will keep you perfectly straight, so there's no more nosedive like the old models did. So you don't get really wet anymore on these things anymore. You got to really try to get wet. Nice flush mats. And it's actually big, stable platform, so if you want to pull somebody, you have a place to put your wakeboard and all that. That's your tow point. I do recommend getting a shock tube or an impeller protector. You do any pool sports to keep you from sucking up stuff, because you are on a giant vacuum. Something to keep in mind. Of course, I'll have that down in my blog below so you can learn more. It's got other tips and tricks you can learn. Very helpful. And of course, if you're wanting to buy one, check out Lake Norman Powersports. They are down in the description below. Here is their phone number. If you want to give them a call and ask for sales. If you want to learn more about watercraft in general, check out my blog below, Steven Sells. I'm down below. Thank you guys.